Hello, how are you? My name is Demonte and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video was actually requested by someone on TikTok, and I just thought it was a great video idea. And I actually um, did this video a few years back. It wasn't that long. I think it was about like 3 years long. When I first started YouTube, I did an advice video basically about starting or like learning how do you start as a graphic designer, or basically what I called it, the graphic design starter pack. I decided that I would make an updated version of that video, and I revised a couple things from that list. In total, there's 5 steps here that you can take to become a graphic designer. Well, in my opinion, you don't have to follow none of these. I'm only 20 years old and I'm still in college for graphic design, so I definitely have a lot to learn. I think we all do as designers. We don't all just wake up and be magicians, as my professor says. So we all still can learn a few things from graphic design or learn a few effects. This is not oh, you should do this, you should do that. Somebody told me to do this. Well, somebody asked me to do this video, and I thought it'd be really cool to do an updated version of it. And it's like giving advice because I'm a Virgo, so I feel like it's my calling, be right about something. You can follow some of them or not. That's all up to you. That's all it's whatever you take from this video. Let's get started. Y'all caught me, probably see my notebook. This is just my few points on here that I wrote about this video that I'm gonna go off of, because I'm a rambler. So if I didn't have this, I would have definitely rambled off and just kept talking like I'm doing right now. But okay, so step 1 is to definitely say, this is more so if you're like in high school thinking about doing graphic design, or even if you graduated high school and you don't really know where you're going. Definitely do some research and to get started on familiarizing yourself with graphic design. Now, luckily, graphic design, you can go either straight to school or to college, or you can learn from social media, the internet, YouTube, that way, and that is totally okay. Me personally, I'm always wanted to go to college, so I decided to study graphic design at college and go to college for graphic design. I like repeated myself, but like I said it, I flipped it. That's so like, what is wrong with me? Just like watching other designers especially on YouTube, doing their thing, doing shortcuts that I never knew. It's always fun to just learn from school because that's more hands-on. I like learning that way, but it's also nice to learn from videos and stuff like that. I also learn that way as well. If I'm doing a school project or a passion project, it's always fun to just learn and take and give from both of those. Also, not just the internet and schooling, you can also learn from reading books. I mean, you can learn a lot of things from reading different books about design. A few designers I like to watch on social media is definitely Kel Lauren, Jesse Nyberg, Swoop Nebula, I am Josiah, and that's just a few. That's only 4. There's so many designers out there that you can learn from. There's so many great people out there that bring a lot to the table, and one day I'm totally gonna be one of them. Okay, as for this next step, this is actually the same step that I put in my other video that I think still rings true to this day. It should be so important to every designer to find your design style or your aesthetic. Now, I always thought this was a very important step. With my designs, I wanted to be taken seriously and I wanted to be getting better and better as a designer. This didn't, stress to me as important. I knew this was still important when I took a class last semester, and my professor basically brought up when we were presenting our portfolios, we had to definitely establish like a sense of style with our designs or with our artwork. And that is why I still believe that finding your design style is the best thing you could ever do for your career or for yourself. Because one, people should want to come to you, clients should want to come to you for your work or for what you know how to do. People should want to aspire to have your designs or your technique or your effects. I know there's like 1,000 designers out there, but the thing that makes them different from you is you. Your style makes or breaks you, literally. If you're copying somebody else, then people are going to expect that from you all the time. If you're doing something that you don't like, people are going to expect that from you all the time. But yeah, just find your style, find your aesthetic, find things that make your designs you, and find like whether it's the colors, whether it's the graphics you use, the textures or effects, whatever. If it's illustrative, if it's blurry, like I don't know, like find what makes your designs you, and people will never be able to copy that. Alright, so the next one is definitely gonna have to be, you're gonna have to get some materials. So that means a software, well, softwares, um, a computer, a laptop, even I'd say an iPad, like, or a tablet. Something to work on that is digital, because I mean that's the whole point of graphic design. It's digital. It's digital art. Software can be pretty expensive. Me personally, I've always worked with Adobe, so I don't have a problem with my subscription. I know a lot of people can't afford it. There's definitely like free options out there. There's this kind of like this similar software um, that's close to Photoshop, and it's called Paint.net. Pretty okay, and it's pretty close to Photoshop, so I would definitely recommend that. A lot of people like using Canva. If me personally, I don't like necessarily hate Canva. For me, it just doesn't really personally do it for me. If it comes down to it, like if you don't, if you're not that best of a designer, which you probably are because you're watching this video, definitely use Canva to start out, but you should definitely try to progress to a more upgraded resource. That's way better. Yeah, nothing really rings bells for me about any Illustrator dupes. I will try my best to try and find like some free resources for you guys. If you can't afford Adobe, I'm gonna try my best to find some dupes, some Adobe dupes for you guys. Now for technology or for your like computer or laptop, I know not everybody can afford a MacBook. I definitely can't. It's just nice to have a nice little computer that you can rely on. I've had this for almost literally my entire college career. I've had this since my freshman year when I went to Montclair and then I transferred. It's a nice little HP. Um, the only thing I don't like about this is that the well, there's a few things. Well, no, it's only like two. Um, is that it gets hot really fast, so it starts like blowing, like it makes noise as it like blows, tries to blow the air out, and then this laptop dies really fast. So yeah, that's pretty much like the two things I don't really like about this. It's the HP Pavilion, but it's touchscreen, but I stepped on it and cracked the screen. Touchscreen doesn't work anymore. Yeah, just find a nice, reliable laptop or a computer. Definitely look out for stuff on like reseller sites or even refurbished things, because I know a lot of people cannot afford the top of the line stuff yet, especially when you're starting out. It can be really hard, so I'm just taking that into consideration while giving you some good advice. So yeah, another piece of material you should definitely have is um, the old pen and paper. A nice little, well, this is not little. This is not little at all. This is very much a big, well, it's not that big. Okay, it's a sketchbook. It's a sketchbook, okay? I say this is my favorite part of designing. This is like my favorite thing of designing is sketching, brainstorming ideas. I just love taking my little sketchbook out and just sketching away. So it's really nice to have a sketchbook. Um, and if you go to school, they're definitely going to tell you you need a sketchbook because they want you to put together a process and stuff like that. Just going through, showing you guys a few pages. I've had a sketchbook since I first started graphic design in my junior year of high school. So yeah, I'm locked in. I'm forever gonna have a sketchbook on me. I'm the Mr. Put It On of sketchbooks. Like, I'm gonna have a sketchbook on me. Okay, so step number 4 is to build up your portfolio. I say this is also a really important step. I mean, all these steps are pretty important. Definitely, 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 definitely. Build up your portfolio with a lot of work, and don't just hold on. Let me sit up straight for this. Don't just put anything in your portfolio. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if you're applying to schools, um, well, applying to these colleges, applying for jobs. Some ways you can do that is, put yourself out there, do designs for other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be paid at the time. If it's free, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We love a good pay, and designers should definitely be compensated for their designs. But sometimes doing things for publicity or recognition is sometimes better than nothing. I've never really encountered that before. I've gotten paid for some of the stuff that I've done. Um, and some of the stuff just been for like the school. Like even if your school needs something, do something for your school and make it cool, and then that can easily be a portfolio piece. After I just said, don't just put anything in there. Really depends on you. Like it depends on like your interests, and once again your style or the designs you like to do and stuff like that. Put the stuff that you like or you think is the best of the best, the creme de la creme. Put your baddest heifers on the flow. with this portfolio. I didn't mean for that to rhyme though. The way you can do this is to also do passion projects. Passion projects are a good thing, definitely a good thing for designers. I'm trying to get into them as well because I tend to just only do my schoolwork. That doesn't cut it. For me, that doesn't cut it. I have so much more potential with my designs, and I feel like passion projects can definitely be a lot more fun for me, and I can definitely be more experimental because I don't have to follow a rubric. But I need to just design whatever first pops up in my head because I get so in my head that I'm not listening, and I'm actually not even listening to the thoughts, or I have too many and I can't just single out one and I get stumped. That's why I did my design with me video, and hopefully do more to show you guys my process and my progression into more passion projects, or yeah, more passion projects. All right, and the last step of this video, last step of how to be a graphic designer is have fun. Have fun. Be confident in your work, in your style, in your portfolio, and in you. You don't believe in yourself, then how do you expect your millions or your thousands, your hundreds, your thousands, your millions of followers on social media, your multiple clients, I don't know, your marketing manager or your team, your branding team, whatever, and even you, how do you expect all these people to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself? Ultimately, I think a lot of not even just designers, like a lot of art students or just art people in general, like we always are perfectionists. We all get in our heads. We all say, "Oh, this is not good enough. Oh, I can't put this out. Like, this is so ugly." Why does that matter? Who cares? Some people are gonna be hateful about it. Some people are gonna, be mean about it and say, "Oh, that looks ugly," and then you just curl up and die, and you believe them. You shouldn't believe them because you worked so hard to do that design. You got up out of bed to do that design. You woke up to do that design. That's basically the same thing, but we're not going to talk about that. You put time into that design. You put time into that idea. You put time into that sketch. You put time into that portfolio piece. And you don't have the confidence to say, that's a pretty good piece. I mean, sometimes it could be like that. Like, it could be, oh, this is not really the best piece. And that's okay. Because you're also supposed to have fun. All I have for you guys today, I definitely want to make this advice series. This could be the first episode of many. We can definitely go into like different topics with these advice videos, and maybe they could be like podcast style. But yeah, once again, I hope you guys really like this video. I enjoyed filming this video. I love making videos like this again. Once again, I'm a Virgo. I love being right. I love giving advice. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I think I haven't said that in a long time. But yeah, have a nice night, day, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this video. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.